Alright, what's good, boys? So in today's video, I'm just gonna have a little quick chat about how I managed to get 2 merits while I'm working full-time and I'm working on a business at the same time, and I'm going to the gym 5 to 6 times a week. Let's get into it. Here are my credentials. This is the merit for tax. This is my graduate certificate. Here's my merit for financial reporting, and those are my rewards for 95.5 atar. So those are my credentials. And I don't know how I'm going to structure this video, but I'm just going to talk about what I was thinking about. So if you don't know, a merit means that I got top 5% in the subject for that term. And then 95.5 ATAR means that I got top 5% tile out of the whole state or Australia. I don't know what it is. And the short answer is that, well, there is no easy way to be able to achieve everything that you want to achieve without sacrificing some sort of your life. And so, in my mind, I think that everyone is capable of achieving anything as long as they put time into it. So I think the biggest factor into achieving anything is time. And the thing with time is that we don't have unlimited time. And so for a little sort of personal timeline, back in high school, I used to be a pretty studious person. And so what I had to sacrifice was my social life. Back in high school, I wouldn't say that I was, a turtle in a shell and that I never hung out with people. But every day after school, at least 2 to 3 hours a day, I would go home and then study. And so, whereas some other people might be going out and then hanging out with their friends for the rest of the time, or they might be watching Netflix. And then right now, what I do is I clock off after work, 9 to 5, 9 to 6 sometimes, 9 to 7 sometimes. But I'll clock off, go to the gym 2 hours, and then head home, study for an hour, or work on the business for an hour, and then go to bed. That's not to say that I never watch anything on Netflix or watch any shows. Sometimes I spend about 15 to 30 minutes just watching a show, because if I'm eating, then I'm not going to be studying, or I'm not going to be studying productively while I'm eating. So I spend those 15-30 minutes that I spend eating watching a show at the same time. But yeah, that's the real answer. The answer is that you can't achieve anything that you want to achieve without sacrificing something. If you want to get rich, then how are you going to get rich if you're going to be spending that precious 1 hour or two after work just eating out with a friend or something like that, or even just watching a Netflix show? I'm a pretty big advocate for being efficient with the time. So realistically, if you want to achieve things that you want to achieve other than your social life, then you need to be selective about what you do with that time. So to be honest, I barely hang out with my friends. So my main friend group, I hang out with them about once a month or once every 2 months. And then everybody else, it's like once in a blue moon. So all my other friendship groups, I'll only go to select few parties or whatnot, or gatherings, because those few precious 1 or 2 hours or even a whole night's worth of time could be spent achieving something else. But I'm not saying that you should only prioritize your time for achieving things. It all really just depends on what your goal is. So for example, if your goal is to prioritize your friendships or your relationship for that matter, then yeah, by all means go ahead and spend time cultivating those relationships. For me though, what I found that was, especially these 1 or 2 years in particular, I just haven't really felt like I wanted to hang out with people. I don't know why, but I have many dreams that I want to achieve, and I can't achieve them if I'm always hanging out with them, with people. So some people might ask me, just to go out for a dinner catch up, or maybe like a gym catch up. But it's just, it's bad that I reject them because they're my friends, right? But then at the same time, I have so many goals that I want to achieve. I want to move out. I want to become financially free. I want to build something. And if I spend those 1 or 2 hours going out, eating out after work, then that entire day is lost. I finish work, go gym, eat. Then what time do I have to work on the business or anything like that, or study? And I know that, 1 or 2 hours doesn't sound like a lot, but it does build up. So once again, I'm a pretty big advocate for spending your time wisely, and that's what I do to achieve the things like my atar or my merits in the CA, or be able to start a business. And by the way, my business is by not any means successful at all, but it's also definitely not your pop-up, mum and arts crafts type of shop. It's a it's run as a proper business, so there are a lot of things that I need to do with it. For example, bookkeeping, marketing, logistics, a lot of things that require me to be proactive in order to grow the brand. So yeah, I think you kind of just have to switch your mind a little bit and make yourself enjoy working, which kind of sounds a bit weird, but it's sort of like seeing life as a game, right? Like in a game, you always want to level up and you always want to gain EXP and become better. And so if you just see life that way, for example, if you see starting a business or getting gains as a game, then suddenly your motivation towards improving all those aspects of your life a lot less of a gruesome task to do, and it's more like a game. Like, it's just something that you want to get better at. So sometimes I find studying like a mundane task to do, but as long as you're switched on at least, maybe 90% of the time, then that's all you need, right? Grinding, studying at least 90% of the week means that you're going to get those results. I'm not sure what I was kind of talking about. I kind of went on a tangent from CA, but in terms of actual subject specific tips, yeah, I have those too, but I'm not going to talk about them in this video. At least this video was really just to help me reflect on how I managed to achieve these things. And if you don't want merits, or you don't want top 5% ATAR, you don't want to start a business, that's all completely fine too. But then this is what I want. And so once again, there are things that you need to sacrifice in order to achieve the things that you want to achieve. It's not like Elon Musk, as an extreme example, hung out with all his friends on a daily basis and managed to build SpaceX. Same concept with whoever the case may be, Mark Zuckerberg, whatever. But some people are completely content being where they are, and that's also completely fine. But I want to achieve things in my life, and I guess those are some of the sacrifices that I need to make in order to achieve it.